So take off any glasses and just bring your hands onto the thighs. Remember at the beginning, you want to keep your eyes open. The eyes closing is like the last thing we do when we're sitting. So but you're not looking really at anything. So just release your thighs down. Bring your hands not too close to the knees, not too close to the hips. So right in the center of the thighs there. So your elbows are right under the shoulders. And then as the thighs go down and the buttock bones go down, raise the sides of your trunk upwards. And bring your shoulders up and roll them back. And bring your shoulder blades down and forward into your back. And find that broadness at the top of your chest, from the very top of the breastbone out to the outer edges of the collarbones, the clavicles. Just look straight forward. See that the crown of your head is right over the base of your spine, and have a sense of lifting. And then bring your hands to your heart center, and then very consciously close your eyes and turn towards yoga. Go inside. Yoga is turning inwards. Connect your body to your breath. Connect your mind to your breath. Let your breath be softer and smoother. With your exhalations, release yourself. Give yourself this time. With your inhalations, open yourself up. Soften your face. Relax your jaw. Let there be a quietness around your eyes. And just feel your head surrendering to your heart. So the mind, which is, most of the time in the future, in the past, come into this golden present. And please join me for 3 ohms. Raise your chest way upwards and bow your head downwards. Release your hands to your thighs with your palms up. Raise your head and gradually open your eyes. Okay, now stretch out your legs and have a bolster towards the exit side of your mat there. And then just have a blanket for your head so you can fold it like this, just in a regular square fold. You might have to make it thicker. You might have to make that thicker if you need to. And then have these blankets here folded in rectangles. And also you might have to make them thicker. You can make them thicker if you need to. And those just come right outside the mat there. And we're just going to take Supta Baddha Konasana. So sit about a fist distance in front of the bolster. Have your feet together. Bring your feet close in, as long as your knees feel okay. And when you bring these blankets in, you want the blankets to support the outer hip and like the ankles, the outer hip and the ankles. And then lengthen your buttocks flesh and start to go back onto this bolster. And then support your head and your neck with the other blanket. And like I mentioned, make it thicker, if your head is falling back. That's it. So you should feel really comfortable. Make sure to have those blankets in supporting the crease of your hip and your ankles. So they come pretty far in, and make them thicker also if you need some more support. And if you're thickening one blanket, just also thicken the other one as well. So there's an evenness there. Mute all. Take off any glasses. That's it. And just raise your arms up alongside your ears with your palms facing each other. Yes, and just get as long as you can on the sides of your trunk as you press your heels into each other. Spread the inner thighs towards the knees and just let the outer hips and your ankles release onto those blankets. When you lift your arms, make sure not to let your head go back. Good. And then inhale, maintain this space, this length on the sides of your trunk as you bring your arms back, and just bring your arms like Shavasana. So turn your palms upwards and just flow your attention to your breath. This is your yoga time now, so really claim the time. Sometimes you can be here, but not fully be here because you're preoccupied. So it takes a while sometimes to settle down. Feel the bolster under your spine, blanket under your head. And just connect with your breath. If you're feeling a little bit tired from your week, have some deeper inhalations. If it's hard to get settled down, feeling a little bit fidgety, have some longer exhalations. You just kind of want to erase the chalkboard. That's the beginning of class, right? We come in and we're kind of filled up, with all the events of life. Everyone has so much going on. There's always so much going on around us. So it takes a while for the chalkboard to get erased or the cup to get more emptied out. Keep relaxing your face, relaxing your jaw. Let your hips gently open and let your heart gently open. Good, now just feel your legs and extend your legs. Extend your legs outwards. And have your legs either together or a little bit apart. Extend your legs, press the thighs down. And then just bring your right foot under your left thigh near to the knee. And then bring your left foot under the right thigh near to the knee. And you can organize the blankets again to support the outer hips if you need them. If you don't need them, you can just kind of push them to the sides. Yeah, and then again, raise your arms upwards. Have your palms facing each other. Keep your back ribs moving down into the bolster and extend upwards. And then hold your elbows around your head. So Supta Swastikasana, hold the elbows like a picture frame. And if you don't need the blanket under the head, you can always take that blanket away if it's getting in the way of your pose. Pull your elbows back. Relax the sides of your neck. Enjoy how the breath changes. Molly, come up for just a moment. Put this bolster closer in. I didn't see that before. There you go. Oh. Try that. Right. Yeah. Yoga's chitta vritti nirodha. Yoga is the quieting of the consciousness, the quietings of the turnings in the consciousness. The poses help us with that. And the awareness of the breath helps us with that. And the health benefits are just a side Side benefit of yoga. So re-extend your arms and then inhale and then exhale. Bring them back into that Shavasana position. Stretch out your legs. And then just bring your left foot under your right thigh and the right foot under the left thigh. So it should be the reverse. Raise your arms upwards. Get extended on the sides of your trunk and then hold your elbows again, but just switch the crossing of your forearms. See if there's any tightness in the front of the hips there. Sometimes there is there. Lift the abdomen up away from the pelvis. Lift the sides of your waist up, the corners of your waist upwards. Move your forearms down and lift the shoulder blades up into the back. Keep softening and spreading your face. Yeah, if there's any sensitivity in the shoulders, just bring your arms back to that Shavasana position. No worries with that. Yoga asks us this question: who am I without my thoughts? Who am I without all of my thoughts? And of course, there's not going to be an answer because that would be a thought, right? But it's just an inquiry. Who am I without my thoughts? And then inhale, extend your arms. And exhale, bring your arms back into Shavasana. And then extend your legs. And I like to say, that's a great home sequence. After work, just come home in 10 or 15 minutes to do those 3 poses. Even if you don't have a bolster, you can just lie flat. Maybe just something for your head. Empty yourself out, connect with your breath. It's a deep and profound way of gently taking care of yourself. Now bend your legs and roll to your side. And then slowly come up. And then those of you at home, move the short edge of your mat to the wall there. Those of you here, bring the short edge of your mat right under one of the ropes. And I've put some belts. There's 8 of you, so it should work out perfectly there. So just the short edge of your mat. And then once you have the short edge of your mat there, you won't need your blankets or your bolster or anything. And then once you have your mat there, you'll need to also get a chair. Get a chair. And you'll put your chair this way at the top of the mat, like this. So you'll have this right at the top of the mat. There you go. Yeah, so just organize your mat right in between 2 ropes there. You're right under a picture of the master, BKS Iyengar. That's it. Yeah, and turn your chair like this way. No, that was like Camille is doing here. Yeah, that's perfect. Just have the chair there. You'll use it afterwards.
Edwin, how do you want our chairs?
And then, yeah, your chairs are going to go like this. The same way. Just the back of the chair will face the wall there. Okay, and then maybe Val, you can show downward dog with the ropes. You have to have a blanket. So you guys at home, just do downward dog. You'll do downward dog with your heels at the wall. Use a blanket over that. Use a blanket. So watch Valerie. She's the beautiful teacher here. She's one of our teachers here. She teaches right before me. So there she puts a blanket just to make it softer. And then she walks out. Some of you might need some blocks for your hands if you can't reach the floor. See how she's coming to the floor, and then she walks the feet all the way back. and then she walks the hands all the way forward. So if you need some blocks for your hands to come down, make sure to have that. Those of you at home, you're doing downward dog with your heels at the wall. Downward dog with your heels pressing into the wall. And then your chair should be at the top of your mat with the back of the chair like that. There you go. So once you have your hands down, then you walk your feet all the way back. And you just want to make sure that this comes over both sides of the belt. Otherwise, you'll get like caught in between. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, make sure it comes. Yeah, see how you're in between? It has to come over both ropes. Let me show with Camille here. Yeah, yeah, you put it over both sides of the belt. Otherwise, you'll get caught in there and you'll have a sense of panic. Okay. Good. Katie, try not to pull your head down so much. Yeah, if you pull your head down so much, your upper back tends to round. You don't want to hold your head up, but you don't want to definitely not pull it down. So just the ears are level with the upper arms. Yeah, and once you have your feet back, some of you can keep your hands on the blocks. Otherwise, you just have your hands on the floor. But your heels are a little bit up the wall, and you're pushing your heels back into the wall. Walk your hands further forward. Try to get your palms flat. And just take a moment. Let the ropes hold you. Yeah, let the ropes hold you. Have some good breaths. Those of you at home, if you ever need to come down into child's pose, just rest, and then you can come back up as needed. So after you get a good sense of it, see, maybe you can walk your hands further forwards or walk your hands and the blocks further forward. Spread your fingers. When you walk your hands forward, can you feel that extension on the sides of your trunk? Those of you at home, of course, you don't have to walk your hands forward. Yeah, now those of you here and everybody, even at home, see if you can inhale, let the ropes hold your hips up, but then slide your heels down. Slide your heels closer to the floor and lengthen from the back of the knees down to your heels. Pull your shin skin upwards towards your knees and lift your thigh skin upwards by pulling the kneecaps up. Yes, make sure that your heels are a little bit wider than the toes. Yeah, that's it. And push that wall backwards. Have some good breaths in and out. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Straighten your arms fully. Turn the tops of the arms out. If there's shoulder sensitivity, you can try turning your hands outwards. But usually with the ropes, it helps with the shoulders. Is that the case, Molly and Anne? Yeah, it helps with the shoulders, doesn't it? Yeah, so if you ever have any wrist concerns or elbow concerns or shoulder concerns, downward dog with the ropes is really good to do. There you go. Yeah, those of you at home, if you've come down into child's pose, just come back into downward dog whenever you can. There you go. And then everybody, walk your feet all the way to the center of your mat, all the way to the center. And organize your feet as wide as the mat. Bring the heel of your hands up onto the top of the chair like I'm showing over here. So the feet are wide and the heel of your hands is up on the top of that chair. Yes, so Ardha Uttanasana. So the whole outer edge of your foot is lined up with the mat. Pull your legs up, lift your legs up. Yes, have even your thumbs on top of the chair. And you're pressing down, keep your head right in between your arms. Just lengthen from your hands back to the hips. Good. Some of you, you can pull the chair a little bit closer to you and put your hands on the seat of the chair. You can put your hands on the seat of the chair or even on the crossbar. There's a crossbar there. Those of you with the backless chair. So you can either have your hands on the seat or even on the crossbar. Yes, and some of you can even bring your feet closer together, about as wide as your hips. That's it. Good. So straighten your legs. That's it. Keep your hands forward. So have them right up here on either the seat or the crossbar. Yeah, just get that length on the sides of the trunk. Beautiful. Okay, and then keep your legs straight. Press your heels down. Bring your hands to the hips. And then come up from your shoulder blades, moving into your back. And come up. Excellent. Now come out of the ropes. And you can deconstruct the rope, the belt I put there. So just take that off because we're done with that. And then put your chair against the wall and you'll have your blanket over your chair. Yeah, so just make sure to take the belt off the two ropes there. I'm gonna bring this closer in so you guys can see better. And then those of you here, you'll have this blanket like this. It just comes, just folded in half like that. And then it goes over the back of the chair. Those of you at home, if you have any balance issues, have another chair nearby. We're going to be doing this pose, right? We're going to be in Tadasana, and then we're going to raise the arms, and then we're going to come down and bring this foot up, and then this foot comes up. So those of you at home, you can just have your hands on the hips. Those of you here, you can hold on to the upper ropes. You can hold on to the upper ropes. So don't hold on to the upper ropes just yet, because we're going to do Tadasana. Yeah, just face the wall, join your feet together, or have a little bit of space in between the feet and raise your arms upwards with your palms facing each other. And then move your body weight back into the heels. So the thighs move back away from your chair. Move your buttocks down, lift your back and your side ribs up. Roll your outer armpits towards the wall there, the outer armpits towards the wall. Yeah, so these outer armpits, where the heck are those, right? Outer armpits, there you go. And pull yourself up, make sure those arms are straight. Yes, good. Now bring your arms down, bring your hands to the hips and bring your right foot onto the seat of the chair and then up onto the back of the chair. Those of you here, now you can hold onto the upper ropes. Walk your hands up until your arms are straight. Yes. And your shoulders are right over the hips. Shoulders are, yeah. So just go ahead and use the ropes, Jen. If you have the ropes, go ahead and use them. Now, if this feels too high for anybody, then you put a bolster on top of the chair. Does it feel too high? Okay, so look down at your left heel. Can you move your left heel to the left? Doesn't that foot want to turn in? Yes. And then settle back into that left heel. Yes. Good. Move the left thigh back. Push the wall into the push your inner right foot into the wall. Molly, walk your hands up. Your arms should be straight. Yeah, hold on to both the sides of the ropes. And make sure that your shoulders are right over your hips. So give yourself a little bit more rope there. There you go. And then get your left hip. Now you've got it. So lift upwards. You can move your left foot further back in. And then pull down on the ropes to get this lift of the sides of the trunk. Those of you at home, just hold onto your hips and lift upwards. Nice. Very nice. And now release. First side, let's do the other side. So stand in Tadasana and then bring your left foot up onto the chair and then onto the back of the chair and hold onto the upper ropes. So this is Utthita Hasta Padangustasana. So look down at your right foot. Do you need to move your right heel a little bit to the right? And then as you stand in that right heel, lift up through your right leg and firm your right hip in. You should feel like a firing up of that outer right hip. And then push into the wall with your left foot and keep your right hip in, but move your left hip down. Make sure your arms are straight. Your arms are straight and your shoulders are right over your hips. And then pull down on the ropes and lift your rib cage up and look upwards towards the pictures, those of you here. Beautiful. And now release. Good. Now, those of you at home, we're going to do that again, but some of you can use a belt, right? You can use a belt around your foot if you'd like to, like that. So it's a little bit more intense. You can also move your foot higher up the wall if that's coming well for you. The same with you guys here. If it's coming well, maybe Val can show. Look at Val, how you don't need the belt. That's just for those at home. You're still going to hold on to the upper ropes. And then she brings the foot there, but some of you can go higher. Yeah, you can bring your foot there or maybe even just into the center of the wood. Show in the center of the wood. Yeah, that's it. Anywhere, as long as the foot stays. Otherwise, just keep it on the back of the chair again. Okay, so one more time, stand in Tadasana. Those of you here, you can hold on to the ropes and then bring that right foot up. Yes, make sure you're Left foot is not turning out. That happens to all of us. Keep the left foot in Tadasana. Move the left heel to the left. Settle back in that left heel and firm the left hip in. Yeah, maybe you're bringing your foot higher up the wall. Move your left thigh back, but move your right hip down. Camille, just move your left heel tiny bit to the left. Pull down on the ropes. Make sure that your shoulders are right over the hips. Try not to look down, and that's it. Can you straighten your arms, Nance? Straighten the arms. There you go. And keep the shoulders right over the hips. So give yourself a little bit more belt. There you go. And lift up through the sides of your trunk. You're kind of leaning back, so walk your hands higher up. Yeah, that's it. Pull down on the ropes to lift your chest upwards, or pull on the belt if you're at home to lift your chest upwards and look slightly upwards. Nice. And now release, and let's go for the other side. Does anyone feel a hamstring stretch? A little bit of a hamstring stretch, right? If you have any lower back sensitivity, this is a great, great pose to do. Lower back sensitivity. It's super good for your hips as well. Okay, so stand in Tadasana. Hold on to the belt if you're using that at home. Otherwise, hold on to the ropes. Check your right foot, Meryl. Look at that right foot. See how that you have to move that right heel to the right. Yes, so your right foot is straight. Your right foot should be straight ahead like Tadasana. Yes, and make sure that your right foot is right under the hip. Maybe you're moving your left foot higher. Maybe not. Get that right hip in. Move back into the right heel. Push the wall away from you with your left inner foot and move your left hip down. Yes, and compact those hips. How does this feel for you, Jennifer? Is it okay? Yeah, firm the hips in. That's also really healthy. Pull on the ropes or the belt. Arms are straight. Lift the sides of your trunk upwards. Yes, the rib cage comes up. Beautiful. And then release that. Great. Put your hands on the seat of the chair. Walk your feet back. Have your feet right under the hips. So now you're just grab hold of the side edges of the chair seat, and you're just going back. That's it. And the feet can be as wide as the mat or a hip distance apart. You can choose. Make sure that you can make your feet less pigeon-toed there, Meryl. Good. That's it. So pull back, move your thighs back, push that chair into the wall, and move your hips back. Nice. Now walk forwards towards the chair and come up. Great. Now those of you at home, you're going to be doing it this way. You'll be standing with the heel of your feet in line with the long edge of your mat, and then the leg comes up and it comes up here this way to the side. And you have basically a heel to arch alignment. Okay, so, and you guys here, you're going to do the same thing, but you hold on to the line of ropes that are in line with your shoulder. So you hold on here. Okay, so it looks this way. Okay, so let's try that. So you stand with your heels at the door side of the mat. Turn your right leg out and then bring your right foot up onto the back of the chair there, and have a heel to arch alignment. If that feels too much, move your right foot slightly forward so you have a heel to toe alignment. Yes. Make sure that your left foot is straight and your right arm is straight on the ropes. Those of you at home, you can just have your hands to the hips for this first one. That's it. So settle back into that left heel. Don't let your left thigh go forwards. Push the wall with that inner right foot. And as you keep the left hip in, ask yourself, is my right buttocks up? Yes. Now roll your abdomen away from the wall and stretch your left arm out to the side. Those of you at home, if you have your balance, you can bring both arms out to the sides, right? Yes. Keep standing back in that left heel. Lift your rib cage. Pull on the ropes to get that sense and look slightly upwards. These are coming well. And now release, and we'll do the other side. So stand with your heels at the other side of your mat in Tadasana and hold on to the other ropes. You guys here, you're holding on to the ropes that are in line with your shoulders. So the other one, Camille, yeah, the ropes that are in line with your shoulders. Beautiful. So bring your heels to the back edge of your mat there, Biliana, the back edge of your mat. Yeah, that's it. Yes. Turn your left leg out and then bring your left foot up onto the back of the chair there. And have a heel to arch alignment. If that doesn't work, move your left foot so you have more of a heel, left heel to right toes. There you go. So make sure that your right foot is straight. And can you get any taller through that right leg? And suck that right hip in. And then push into the wall with your left inner foot. Yes. Good. And then see if your left hip is not, make sure it's not higher than your right hip. Good. Now turn your abdomen away from the wall and raise your right arm out to the side. Keep lifting your whole rib cage up. Turn your abdomen away from the wall. These are coming well. And now release. Super good. Let's do it again. And again, like we did the first time, some of you can bring your foot higher, maybe up the wall. Those of you at home, try using a belt. So now you can have a belt here. And of course, this is optional for those of you at home, because I don't want you to feel like you're going to lose your balance, but you can use a belt here and the arm is straight. Okay. And maybe you're bringing the foot higher up. So you have to kind of see. So stand in Tadasana, bring your right leg up, make sure that you're holding onto the rope line that's in line with your shoulders. Maybe you're bringing your foot to the same level as you did before. Otherwise, bring your foot a little bit higher up the wall. Yes. Make sure that your left foot is straight and that your left thigh is back. The left thigh has to go back. Yes. Good. And then just see how the right hip is a little bit higher, isn't it, for most of us? So can you micro bend your right knee? Micro bend your right knee. And with that micro bend of the knee, move the right hip down without letting your left thigh go forward. And there's a drawing back, isn't there, from the outer right knee into that hip. And then re-straighten the leg. Turn your abdomen away from the wall and stretch your left arm out to the side. Yes, and lift everything up. Keep the left hip in, the right buttocks down, lift your rib cage, lift your insides like your internal organs are lifting. Nice. And now release, bend the right leg, and let's do the other side. So stand on the other side of your mat. Turn your left leg out and bring your left foot up. Maybe onto the same place as you did before, maybe a little bit higher. Yeah. Just check your right foot, make sure that it's straight. That's it. And that your right thigh isn't pushing forwards. Push your left inner foot into that wall. And then see, is my left hip a little bit higher than my right hip? Usually it is, at least some degree. So micro bend that left knee. Micro bend. Inhale. As you exhale, move your left hip down. Move that left hip down. There you go. And then move your abdomen away from that left inner thigh. Bring your right arm out to the side. Pull down on the ropes or pull on the belt. That's it, Abby. But make sure that right arm is straight, the one that's on the rope. Good. And lift. That's it. Yes. Have a lift up and spread out. Like feel your abdomen lift, your insides lift. Utthita Parsva Hasta Padangustasana. Nice. And now bring your right arm down. Bring the left leg down. Once again, put your hands on the seat of the chair. Walk back. Hold on, grab hold of the side edges of the chair right near the front and just push that chair into the wall. Organize your feet mat distance or hip distance. And as you spread your toes and draw your legs up, press your thighs back. Make sure that your feet are right under the hips. If that looks good, Nancy, but if it feels too low, bring your hands up onto the wall. If the chair feels too low, put your hands up on the wall there. There you go. Pull your hips back away from your shoulders. Have some softer, smoother breaths in and out. Very nice. And now release. Okay, now come and get one of these styrofoam blocks that I placed there. There isn't quite enough, so you can use a quarter round here. Actually, you can use this one, Valerie. You can use this block. I think it'll be fine because it's a little bit lower. I think it's around the same size as that.
Yep.
Okay, and then you'll need to get two cork blocks as well. And I'm just going to borrow your mat to demonstrate your foam block. That's it. Okay, so once you have your two, you can always use, if there's not enough cork, use one block and one foam block. Yeah, one wood block and then one foam block on top if we've run out of, so it'll look like this. You have your blocks on your chair this way. So the foam block is below the wood block if you have that. And then you have your bolster here. Okay, now watch what I do. you kind of move your chair a little bit towards one side, and I'm going to stand with my heel. So really watch. See, I'm standing with my heel, and see how my toes are right in between the legs of the chair. And then I bring this right foot up. So this is Marichiasana, standing, right? And I come up and I'm going to turn to the wall. Those of you here, you can hold onto the ropes with this left hand. Hold on to some ropes pretty far away. And the right hand comes down. So in your standing back and you're turning. Okay, so let's get ready for that. So elevate your heel with something. Those of you at home, you can use a folded blanket. You can use anything. I just have basically like a styrofoam piece. You can use anything under that left heel. Just get a little bit taller.
I'm gonna
Okay,
do.
so have your, what's
I'm
that?
gonna need to do something else. That's not gonna be great for my pelvis thing. I think the twisting
okay.
in. Yeah. Oh,
Okay, so just do one of the previous poses that we just did, whichever one felt better to you. One of those previous ones that we just did tomorrow. Yeah, either with your foot up or your foot out. Yeah, do one of those. Good. So get your heel up. It's the left heel. The left heel is on that styrofoam. Bring your right foot up onto the block. Right foot up. Left heel elevated, and the right heel comes. The right foot comes up. Good. And then once you have that, I'll get you the styrofoam, Camille. So raise your arms upwards. Turn your palms forwards and lock your thumbs above you. Lock the thumbs. Yeah, let's use this. It'll give you a better lift because it's more solid. Yeah. Just the heel, just the heel. Yeah, just your heel is on that styrofoam. It's like a high-heeled shoe. Yeah, just your heel is on just not your whole foot, just the heel. Yeah, that's it. Good. Does anyone feel like their left leg is getting taller? You feel that? It really sucks it in, doesn't it? Get that left hip to turn in. Now turn towards the wall. Yes. Yeah, and hold on to some ropes with your left hand and bring your right hand down about the level of your shoulders or your chest and be on your fingertips on the wall. Yes, there you go. Hold on to some ropes further away this way and hold on to the ropes as high up as you can go. Now press into the heel with into that blanket or that foam with that left heel. And turn your abdomen. Keep your hips stable. There's no turn of your abdomen. So settle your left thigh way back, Meryl. Move your left thigh way back. Yeah, like that. That's it. Move your right hip down. Pull on the rope. Turn. Look towards the wall. Look towards the wall. Even look upwards. So this hand comes here. And you're pushing with this hand. Be on your right fingertips. Fingertips. Yeah. Look upwards and turn. Turn your abdomen, but use your left hand on the ropes. Way high up. And turn. Can you feel that, Billiana? Look upwards at the pictures. Bring this hand about here, level of your shoulder. There you go. Use your breath. Left thigh back. Turn your abdomen. Turn your ribs. Comb your back upper neck muscles down because they want to come up, don't they? And as soon as you get stuck, turn more with your breath. That looks good, Jennifer. Nice. And now release. Very good. Let's do the other side. Okay, so you might have to move your chair a little bit, one direction you have to see, but now you're going to be standing on the right heel is on the styrofoam or the block. Does that brick work? Is it okay, Val? Okay, good. Yeah. So stand your right heel on the brick and then left foot up. Yes. Good. And then just lift up your arms, turn your palms forwards and lock your thumbs the less habitual way above you. Yes. And then really get taller through that right leg and go back like you're trying to squish the blanket or the styrofoam with that right heel. Pull your abdomen up, pull your insides up, pull your ribs up. Now inhale, as you exhale, turn towards the wall. Bring your left hand onto the wall about the level of your shoulder. So bring it down, that left hand, there you go. And have your left hand about as wide as your elbow. And then those of you here, grab some ropes. Those of you at home, just have your right hand also on the wall. Yes, and you can use that hand. Those of you at home, the right hand will go a little bit higher up this way. So it looks this way if you're at home. So get taller through that standing leg. Move your right thigh back, Jennifer. Right thigh back. There you go. Yes, right thigh back. Even more back, Camille. Right thigh back. Left hip down. Don't let your hips turn, Billiana. Don't let your hips turn. Keep your hips even. Yeah, there's no turn of the hips. Now lift your abdomen and now pull on that rope and turn yourself around. Does that feel okay? Yeah, that's it. Use your breath. You have to switch your legs because you have your right leg up. You want your left leg to be up. Left leg up. That's it. And then inhale, lift, exhale, turn. Yes, does that feel okay, Molly? That's it. And turn. There you go. Use your breath. Look upwards. Does that feel different, Anne? Yeah, that's it. Good. Very nice. And now release. Nice. Once again, put your hands on the seat of that chair and walk your feet back. Have your feet either mat distance or hip distance. And then some of you, a lot of you, if you have any sensitivities in your back or your bones, just stay there with your hands elevated. Others of you can bring your hands down under your shoulders and take your hands wider than your shoulders. So Uttanasana, hands down. But walk your feet further forward so they're right under the hips. The feet, yeah, that's it, yes. Those of you with your hands down, your hands go out to the sides this way. Yes, and you bend your elbows out to the sides. So keep your hips right over the ankles. Take your hands to about here, just right in line with the shoulders. Straighten the legs, and that's really good, Ann. But can you see how your hips are forward? So you want your hips over your ankles. There you go, and your hands go like here. There you go, let your head go down. That's it, Uttanasana. Nice. Now, if your hands are down, bring your hands to the hips. If your hands are on the chair, walk forwards. Walk forwards to the chair. Super good. Okay, now deconstruct this. You can just take the bolster and the blocks off. Just bring them towards the center of the room there. And now your chair will go like this at the top of your mat.
Do we still need the wall, Edwin?
Yeah, we're still going to work with the wall because we're going to have that back foot at the wall today. Okay, so bring your left foot against the wall right in the center of your mat there. And step your right leg way out to the side. Under the chair a little bit. Bring your left hand way up the wall. Bring your right arm out to the side. So this is Utthita Hasta Padasana. So Utthita, extended, Hasta, hands, Padasana, feet. Extended hands and feet. Now keep your left outer foot pushing into the wall. Suck your left hip in, but turn your right leg out from the top of your thigh so that your right foot turns out. And then inhale, lift, exhale, reach over, bring the heel of your hand onto the back of the chair, onto the very top back of the chair. That's it. And lift your left arm up to the ceiling. There you go. If it feels too much or there's shoulder sensitivity, you can always bring your left hand to the hip. Straighten this leg. Straighten. There you, that's it. You might have to bring the chair closer. There you go. Yeah, so straighten your right leg and bring your right hip away from the chair. And then bring your right buttocks forwards. That's it. And lift up through your left arm, roll your left ribs back, pull your head away from the chest. Feel your outer hips gathering in. Nice. Now press your outer left foot and come up out of the pose. Turn your right toes forwards. Bring your legs back together, second side. So right foot to the wall, left leg all the way out under the chair there a little bit. Start with your toes forwards. Lift your right fingertips way up the wall. Lift your left arm out to the side shoulder height. Yes. So turn your left leg out from the top of your thigh, but push the whole outer edge of your right foot into the wall there. So your right hip comes in away from the wall. And then inhale, lift, and exhale, reach all the way over to the back of that chair with your left hand. And lift that right arm way up. That looks good, Katie. Yeah, I keep getting that. That's improved, Katie. I hope you can feel that. That's improved quite a bit. So move your left hip away from the chair, like you're gliding your left thigh bone deeper in. Bring your left buttocks and tailbone forwards. Yes, push that wall with that outer right foot. Reach up with that right arm and roll your right ribs back. That looks good, Abby. Pull your head away from the chest. Now press that outer right foot and up you come. Great. Turn your left toes forwards. One more time on the first side. So bring your left foot to the wall. Step your right leg way out to the side. Lift your left fingertips way up and just turn your right leg out from the top of the thigh. And you have a heel to arch alignment of your feet, right? Push the wall with your left foot. Suck that left hip in. Lift your rib cage up like we were doing in some of the other poses, right? Like your insides, there's like a vacuum kind of feeling. Not like you're sucking your gut in, but it feels like there's a lift, right? And then reach over and then bring your hand down to the chair. Yes. Get your stability. Bring that right hip away from the chair and forwards towards whatever's in front of you. Bring your left hand onto your hip. Maintain that extension on the right side of your trunk as you bring your hand lower. Maybe you can bring your hand to the chair seat. Maybe you can bring your hand to your shin or your ankle. Yes, nice, Jennifer. Draw those outer hips in, roll your left shoulder back, and then lift up your left arm. And feel the left side of your abdomen compared to the right side of the abdomen. Roll your left ribs back and roll your abdomen up towards the ceiling. Press your outer left foot and come up out of the pose. Wow, these are coming nicely. Turn your right toes forwards, second side. So bring that right foot against the wall, step your left leg way out. Turn your left leg out from the top of the thigh, bring the right fingertips up, left arm out to the side in line with your shoulder. Yes. Good. Now inhale, lift your kneecaps, lift your ribs, and then exhale, reach over and come down. I think I can crack this door, right? Just bring your left hand onto the back of that chair, lift your right arm up, and then see if you can maintain that lift or that length on that left side as you bring your right hand to the hip, inhale, and then exhale, move your left hand lower. Bring it down to the chair, down to your leg. Straighten your legs again. Notice the right abdomen, the left abdomen. Can you roll your abdomen up to the ceiling? Can you roll your right shoulder back and then lift up your right arm? And reach your arms away from your breastbone. That's it. Have some softer, smoother breaths. Press your outer right foot and come up out of the pose. Nice. Turn your left toes forwards. You guys just turn and face me. Bring your legs together. Stand in Tadasana. So bring your feet together or a little bit apart. Get those thighs back. Interlace the fingers in front of your chest. Turn your palms forwards and raise those arms upwards. Maximize that length on the sides of your trunk. Straighten your arms, even if the arms are forwards. If you can do it, move your arms back towards the back of the ears without leaning back. Bring your arms forwards and down. Reverse the interlace, and then do that again. Go back with your thighs, go down with your buttocks, go up with your back ribs. Relax your back upper neck muscles down. Base of the spine lifts to the crown of the head. Nice. And now bring your arms forwards and down. Now just have your left foot. You might have to pull the chair a tiny bit closer in, depending on your proportions. So your left foot is coming to the wall and it's turned out. My left foot is turned out a little bit. Step your right leg forward and under the chair a little bit. Have your hands to the hips. So push into this wall with your outer left heel and draw this left hip forward. Press the floor with your right inner foot, draw the right hip back, roll your shoulders back, and lift your chest and look upwards as you start to come down. Bring your hands onto the seat of the chair. That's it, and look upwards. Straighten your right leg, move your right hip back. Straighten your left leg. There you go. Now, some of you can bring your hands onto the top of the back of the chair and move the chair forwards or backwards as needed. Let your head come down. Some of you can bring your hands to the seat of the chair. You can see what you can do. Yes. So straighten your legs. Yeah. Some of you can even bring your hands to the floor under the chair, but have your arms forward. So Adho Mukha Parsvottanasana. That's it. Draw this right hip back. There you go, Meryl. Does that feel okay? Yeah, that's it. Just have your hands. Yeah, you can move this chair further forwards. You can hold on to the legs. That's fine. Yeah, hold on to the legs, but move the chair forwards. Yeah, there you go. Move the right hip back. Push the fronts of the thighs into the backs of the thighs. Yes. Remember, tighter hamstrings, folks. This is the #1 pose, one of the best poses you can do. Good. Now bring your hands back to the seat of the chair. Seat of the chair. Those of you with back concerns, just bend your front knee and bring your back leg forward. Otherwise, shift your body weight backwards into your left foot and go back as you bring your hands to the hips. Turn your right toes to the left. Bring your legs together and we'll do the other side. So bring your right foot to the wall, step your left leg forward. And for this pose, you have a heel to heel alignment. Right, left heel to right heel. So push that wall with that right heel, move this right hip forward, draw your left hip back, Lift up through the sides of the trunk, roll your shoulders back. And as you push that right heel, lift your chest like from the bottom of your chest without leaning back. And then you start to come forward, bring your hands onto the seat of the chair and look upwards. So straighten your left leg and move your left hip back. Straighten your right leg and move the inner right thigh back. And then bring your hands someplace else, maybe to the top of the chair, maybe to the seat of the chair, or maybe to the floor, but have your arms forwards like down dog. Yeah, you can have them on the floor, but yeah, that's it. Perfect, Jen. Good. Straighten your left leg. Draw that left hip back and in. Yeah, there's a sense of compacting the hips. Does that feel okay, Jen? Push the fronts of your thighs into the backs of the thighs. Let the head come down, kind of like downward dog. See if you can steer that left hip a little bit further back, both Biljana and Anne. Yeah, fronts of the thighs into the backs of the thighs. There you go. Now bring your hands back onto the seat of the chair. And again, if you have back concerns, just bend your leg and come forwards. Otherwise, shift back into that right leg, back upwards. Bring your hands to the hips. There you go. Turn your left toes to the right. Bring your arms and your legs back together. Well done. Okay, now Meryl, I'm going to ask you to pull your mat out about 1 mat's distance. Same with Biljana and Molly and Valerie. So pull your mats out about 1 mat's distance. That's it, really far out. And then everybody have the back of the chair in front of you this way. So you guys are going to be facing the exit and your heels are going to be lined up with this window side of the mat here. So have your heels in line with the back edge of your mat and the chair should be in front of you this way. So it'll look this way, I'll show with Meryl. So the chair is going to look this way. I know it gets super confusing when we're all going in different directions. So it just looks this way, and then your heels come right at the back edge of the mat. Yeah, that's it. And just make sure you have room because you're going to want to, move the chair forward. You want to move the chair forward. Okay, so bring your feet together in Tadasana. Bring your hands to the center of your chest. Spread your arms and your legs. Bring your feet all the way out under your hands, under your fingertips, really. Have your heels a little bit wider than your toes. Straighten your legs and spread them. Lift your frontal hip bones upwards. Good. Now bring your hands onto the top of the chair, the heel of the hands, and slide the chair forward. But don't let your hips go forwards. Your hips stay right where they are. Yeah, that's it. I'll move those for you. Molly, there you go. That's it. Yeah, good. That's it. Good. Straighten your legs. Make sure that your heels are just a little bit wider than the toes. Move your heels further back and to the very back of your mat. Yeah, there you go. Good. And then some of you can bring your hands to the chair seat. Some of you can bring your hands to the crossbar. Some of you can even bring your hands to the floor with your arms forwards. Arms forward. So Adho Mukha Prasarita Padottanasana. That's it. Good. So straighten your legs. Roll to the little toe sides of your feet. Press the inner legs outwards. Let your head be in between your arms. Yes, hands can be on the top, the seat, the crossbar, or the floor. Have some good breaths. And then just walk your hands forward there, Molly, like downward dog. Yeah, there you go. Let your head come in between your arms. Good, now pull the chair back or walk your hands back under the shoulders. Bring your feet closer together. Bring your hands onto the hips. Reach the chest forwards and up you come. Very good. Now everyone here, just put your chair on your mat this way. Like I'm doing for Biljana. And you're gonna sit like this with this bolster in between your feet and your knees. So this is gonna be the starting position. Okay, those of you at home, just have the back of your chair facing the camera there. And you're going to have this bolster in between your feet and your knees.
That's fine. Napakadilig tayo na sa dagkan.
Okay, so this is the starting position. And then if you could just mute yourself, Ragnhild, because we're able to hear you. If you could just mute yourself. Yeah, that'd be great.
Sorry.
So that's okay. Hug the bolster with your feet and your knees. And then again, raise your arms upwards. Now, if your hips are lower than your knees, have a blanket under your hips. I think everybody's fine now. Good, now turn towards the orange wall. and bring your hands down onto the chair like a big steering wheel. And push this left hand into the back of the chair and get taller through the left side. So the back side has to lift more, right? And then open up your right palm and push it so that your right shoulder goes back. That's it. Now pull with your left hand. Lift your chin, turn your abdomen, turn your ribs. Don't let your left knee get ahead of your right knee. Yeah, draw that outer left knee back. That's the way. And then release that. Good. We'll do that again on that same side. So raise your arms upwards. Inhale, and then exhale, turn, and bring your left hand onto the back of the chair here, and then bring your right hand somewhere along the seat of the chair, wherever you can manage. Yes, lift your chin. If that doesn't work, go back to this one. This is the first one, right? Have a bend of your right elbow. Now your left side is already taller, isn't it? It's a little bit taller. And then inhale, roll your right shoulder back and pull yourself all the way around. Yes. And then when you can't go anymore, then you pull with this left hand. You can let your head turn, it's fine. Lift your chin, that's it. Turn your abdomen, turn your ribs. Keep drawing that outer left knee back and then release. Super good. Okay, now go around to the other side. Be balanced evenly on your two buttock bones. Raise your arms up with a nice inhalation, and then exhale, turn. Turn towards the back of your chair. Turn towards the orange wall. And then with this right hand, press down to get taller on this right side of the torso. It shrinks. And then with your left hand, push so that your left ribs go back and your right ribs come forwards. And then with your right hand, pull towards the exit. Lift your chin, and then make sure to use your breath. Draw the outer right knee back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, turn. And release. That's it. Once again, so raise your arms upwards. Inhale, and now exhale, turn. And then again, bring your right hand onto the center of the chair and bring your left hand somewhere around. That's it. And then inhale, lift. Exhale, turn. And your right side is already lengthened, right? So now with your left hand, pull yourself around. Roll that left shoulder back. Lift your chin. Turn your waist. And release. Excellent. Come out of your chair and take downward facing dog pose. Just have your hands towards the orange wall. So take downward facing dog pose, of course, without the ropes now, unless you need the ropes. If anyone needs the ropes here, make sure to take the ropes. So downward facing dog pose. Have your heels lifted. Lift the legs up. Lift the hips up. That's it. Press your hands into the floor like you're pushing the floor away from you. Straighten your arms. Pull your hips back. And have a good inhalation. And then exhale. Bring your heels down and continue that backward motion. Go back. Good. And when you're ready, come down into child's pose, big toes touching, knees apart. Keep pressing your hands down, move your hips way back. Your arms extending forwards. Rest your head on something, maybe a blanket or a block or something. There you go, Molly. Good. Okay, good. And then come on up. Have the bolster, you guys here, have the bolster towards the, let's have the bolster towards the rope wall side, because I think I want to have room for your arms, right? We'll have the bolster near the rope wall side. We're gonna do a Supta Padangustasana with your left heel up on that bolster. So it looks this way. You can have, of course, a blanket for your head. See how just my heel is on that bolster? It's not my ankle or my Achilles tendon. So come into this pose and just have a belt on that right foot. That's it. So your left heel is on that bolster there. Make sure it's just your left heel, not your ankle or your Achilles tendon. If you need a blanket under your head and your neck, make sure to take that and then just belt that right foot. There you go. Press down into the bolster with your left heel like you're trying to squish it. And that's nice because it gives like you have now a slight sense of gravity under this left thigh. And just have the belt for today, just on the big toe mound and little toe mound. And press your right thigh back. Yes, so that the right foot is basically right above the hip. And keep reaching up into that belt with that right big toe mound. And then take a deeper inhalation. As you exhale, bend your elbows and pull your right foot towards your head. Yes. And see, maybe with your left foot elevated, you can come a little bit far in. Is that true for anybody? Yeah, a little bit, right? But keep pressing your right thigh back and pressing your left thigh down, even though it's not going to reach the floor. Just press that left thigh down. It's a nice way to practice the pose every so often. Reach that left inner foot forward. Now switch your legs. Bring your right heel onto the bolster and belt your left foot. You can see your left big toe mound. Is it pushing up into the belt? So your left inner foot is just as high as your outer left foot. So press the right heel into that bolster and lengthen the front of that right thigh. There you go. Towards the knee. Press your left thigh back, press your left big toe mound up. Just gonna put this under your head and your neck there. Okay. There you go. Good, now inhale and now exhale, pull your left foot towards your head. Yes, any amount, but maybe it's a little bit more. Yeah, that's improving in. Do you feel the difference? Yeah, and keep pressing the left thigh back. Colleen Gallagher says, don't let your left thigh sleep on your abdomen, right? So push that left thigh back. There you go. Good. Now release. Nice. Now put the bolster right outside your right hip. Put the bolster right outside your right hip and then belt your right foot again. Belt that right foot. And take your left leg up, or excuse me, your right leg up. And as you extend your left leg, just notice the difference. What did it feel like with the bolster? And what does it feel like without the bolster? You're always looking for like a sensitivity. Never perfection. We're not looking for perfection. We're just trying to be more aware. That's the whole practice. So press your left leg down and lengthen it. Press your right big toe mound up. Push that right thigh back. Inhale. Bend your elbows and pull your right foot in. But don't let your head roll back. Now hold on to the belt with your right hand really close to the foot. Or if you can hold on to the big toe, go for the big toe. Yeah, that's fine. And then bring your right leg out to the side and bring your left arm out to the side. So just hold with that right hand. Try to keep your elbow straight today if you can. Your right arm straight, like we were doing on the ropes. Do you guys remember that? If you, of course, if you need to bring the elbow down, for sure, bring it down. If you need to bring that elbow down. There you go. And reach into that belt with your right foot. But now feel your abdomen like we were doing in Utthita Trikonasana. Feel the right side of your abdomen and the left side of your abdomen. Lift upwards as you inhale and now roll your abdomen to the left. Roll the abdomen to the left. Yes. Super good. Now come back to the center and release that leg and move your bolster to the other side. Belt your left foot and extend that right leg along the floor like a snake. Just press it down. Keep your right toes upwards, your right inner foot forwards. Push your left big toe mound up into that belt. Start with basically 90 degrees, right? Left foot right above the hip. And then inhale. As the abdomen empties out, then you pull your foot in, like you're making room, like with your abdomen, and you pull the left foot in. Yes, and eventually you do that upside down in both headstand and shoulder stand, but that will be a different day, right? And then hold on to the belt with your left hand, and then bring your left arm out to the side, left leg out to the side. And if you can do it today, keep your elbows straight. If you need to, of course, bring the elbow down, no worries. Breathe only through your nose, so take that left leg way out to the side, Jen, out to the side. Yeah, Supta Padangusthasana to the side. Now, bring your right arm out to the right. Make sure that your right heel is not higher than your toes. So you want this outer edge of your foot like parallel to the floor. Yeah, there you go. Now feel your right abdomen and your left abdomen. Aren't they different? Very different, aren't they? And now roll your abdomen from the left side to the right side. Yeah, so the right side has to be a little bit more involved. Good, now come back to the center and release that leg. Great, now put your bolster under your pelvis, sideways, under your pelvis there. So that the top of the bolster comes right at the top of the buttocks. And then draw your knees into the chest, wrap your arms around your legs. And just feel again your abdomen, how it draws down, doesn't it? Especially as you exhale, it draws down away from the thighs. And then just bring your palms flat on the floor outside your bolster and extend your legs straight up. Now, if that feels too much, put your belt around your feet again. Put your belt around the feet. Make sure that your legs are not slanting. Don't let your legs slant towards your chest. Keep the feet right above the hips, but your thighs are going back. And then with each exhalation, you can move the abdomen down away from the thighs. If this feels okay, lift your arms up alongside your ears. If you have a chair, yeah, just hold on to the chair legs. Feels really nice. Yeah, that's it. And just have your palms upwards. Have the palms upwards. That's it, Molly. Good. Bring your feet right here. And with each exhalation, feel how the navel draws down away from the thighs. Extend from your hips to your hands. There you go. What you can do is hold on to these front chair legs there, Camille, like that. Hold on to the front of the chair legs this way. And you kind of, doesn't that give you a nice extension? Yeah, sometimes we do it that way. And then bring your arms back, draw your knees into the chest. There you go. So we're going to do that again. And some of you will start to lower the legs down. Okay, so lift your legs straight up. Let's all have the hands just alongside the bolster on the floor. And some of you just stay here. If you're using the belt, just stay here. Your next step, if you're using the belt, Molly, is to let go of the belt, right? That would be your next step. Everybody else, lower your legs down from 90 degrees down to 60 degrees, but don't let your abdomen puff to the ceiling. Don't let your abdomen puff. And then lower your legs down to 30 degrees from the floor. Beautiful, Molly, that's it. And then go down to that interesting place where you're like a plank. Yes, don't let your abdomen puff. Keep your legs are too low, Meryl. Yeah, don't let your legs get below your hips. Beautiful. And then draw your knees into the chest. Excellent. If it feels good, lift your arms. Lift your arms above you with your palms upwards. Otherwise, just keep your arms alongside your body. Last time. So inhale. As you exhale, bring your arms up alongside your ears. Remember, like we did before? There you go. And then lower your legs down. Don't let your abdomen puff to the ceiling. 60 degrees. Keep your legs straight. Legs straight. Just do this one with your arms down here first. Try it that way. And then lower. Go down to 30. Go down to that hovering place. Yeah, that's fine. And then draw the abdomen back. Your abdomen comes like a bowl, doesn't it? Don't let it, puff upwards. Now bend your knees into the chest. Excellent. And bring your arms around your legs. Great. Okay, now bring your arms out to the side, shoulder height, palms upwards. Okay, and then keep your hips on the bolster, but bring your knees over towards your left elbow. So your knees come up and over towards the left elbow. Not all the way to the floor. You're just hovering the knees. Hover. So lift your lower knee into your upper knee. That's it. Flex your feet towards your knees, your toes. There you go. Press your left arm down and roll your abdomen from the left side to the right side. Don't turn your head. Don't turn your head. That's it. Make sure the knees are together and then come back to the center. Don't bring your knees so far over if you're losing the back shoulder. Now bring your knees over to the right and a little bit up towards that right elbow. Does that feel okay? Flex your toes towards your knees. Yes, lift your chest. And now roll your abdomen from the right side to the left side. Keep your knees together and the feet are close to the pelvis there. Nice. Come back to the center. We'll do that one more time. Some of you can try it without the bolster. I'll leave that to you, okay? You can try it without the bolster. Bring your arms out to the sides. The bolster makes it more forgiving. Arms are out to the sides. Feet are close to the buttocks. Bring your knees over to the left, and upwards towards your elbows. There you go. Make sure that your right shoulder is down. You can come further over. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Keep your feet really close to the buttocks. There you go. Roll your abdomen from the left side to the right side. Okay, these are coming nicely. Don't turn your head. Come back to the center. Look, see that your arms are in line with your shoulders. Press those arms down, inhale, and then exhale, bring your knees over to the right side. Lift your lower knee into your upper knee. Don't let your left shoulder come up. Yes, roll your abdomen from the right side to the left side. There you go. And now release. Very nice, everybody. Take the bolster out if you still have it. Bring your feet together and let your knees open out to the sides, Baddha Konasana. Just really soften your abdomen. So feet together, knees apart, knees are bent. That's it. Just have some softer, smoother breaths in and out. And really let the abdomen soften. That's it, Jen. Good. Good. Now bring your knees back together for Chatushpadasana. So have your feet now about hip distance apart. Have your knees also hip distance apart. Yeah, you can move your body. There you go. Hold on to the side edges of the sticky mat and lift those hips upwards. Chatushpadasana. If you have a blanket or anything under your head, just take that out now. Take the blanket out so that your neck doesn't get smashed. So press your body weight into the heels. Pull the backs of your knees into the buttocks. That's it. Lift your hips up. Press your arms down. Turn the tops of your arms out. Get your shoulder blades to come up into your back. Nice. And then lengthen your buttocks flesh to come down. Make sure your heels are a little bit wider than your toes. Keep holding the outer edges of your sticky mat. And then raise those hips up. Raise those hips. Lengthen the fronts of the thighs towards the knees. Lift that middle buttocks. Nice. That's really good, Molly. Press your arms down. Turn your biceps away from each other. Now relax your neck. Lift your chest even more. Coming well, Meryl. That's it. Lift those hips. Beautiful. Now lengthen your buttocks flesh and come down. Great. Now reach for either your bolster or a block and put it under your pelvis. Put a block or a bolster under your pelvis. If you're using a block, get the block to the highest level you can. And if you're using a singular block, just have it go, vertical. Have it, turn it vertical there, Val, if you can. Yeah, that's it. Good. So either a block or a bolster. Perfect. The bolster is under your tailbone and your sacrum. If you have a bolster, maybe add another folded blanket on top of the bolster if you want to get a little bit higher up. Yeah, add another blanket. There you go. And then keep your heels on the floor, but scrub your heels forwards and straighten your legs. Straighten your legs fully. Yes. The toes are upwards, heels are down, straighten the legs. You can always take your feet like either hip distance or even as wide as the sticky mat. Does that feel okay, Molly? And just lengthen the fronts of the thighs towards the knees and lengthen your buttocks flesh towards the backs of your knees. Nice, Biliana. How does that feel? Roll your right leg in a little bit more. Yeah. Keep scrubbing your heels along the floor. Let the bolster or the blocks take your tailbone in and up. And then everybody bring your fingertips onto your frontal hip bones. Those are those two bones on the front of your pelvis. And pull the frontal hip bones up towards your chest. Pull them up. Do you feel that extension of the front thighs? Yeah, pull those frontal hip bones up, but don't let your legs bend. Straighten the legs. If you can't straighten your legs, reduce the height under your hips. Nice. And then just rest your arms like Shavasana. Turn your inner arms to your outer arms. Relax the sides of your neck. Feel how your chest is expanded. And then just draw your head into that expanded chest, like we do at the very beginning of each class. Soften your eyes back. Relax your jaw down. Setu Bandha, Sarvangasana. Good. Now bend your legs. Take the block out from under your pelvis and prepare for Shavasana. So you can have a bolster under your thighs. You can have a blanket under your head. Push away any props. Be as centered as you can on your mat. And just bring your arms about as wide as your mat. And bring your legs also, or your arms are a little bit wider than your mat, and your legs are about as wide as that mat. Good. Have a slightly deeper inhalation into your chest. And then as you exhale, really relax your legs. Let go of your legs. Have a slightly deeper inhalation into your chest region, and then relax your arms. Let the weight of your body relax into the floor, into the bolster, into the blanket. Relax your head. And just feel your forehead and bring it to your eyebrows. And feel your eyebrows and bring them to your eyelashes. Relax underneath your cheekbones. Relax your jaw. The very back of your tongue. The very tip of your tongue. Let your eyes relax back. Draw your ears inward. Let go. Now bring your hands onto your belly And have some deeper breaths. And bend your knees and roll to your right side. And then slowly come up and sit. Bring your hands to your heart center. Feel your own deep inner commitment to being well and balanced and even, clear, open, and receive the benefits of this practice. Bow your head down to your heart. Namaste.